because I saw the value.
Right.
I was upside down 10 grand a month. Right? But that was based on my value. I literally had to pull 3 credit cards together to make it happen. Because of that, he invested in me. He said, Charlie, our goal is to pay off that credit card before you even receive the statement. So Charlie, where's your risk? He knew if I didn't do that, I didn't see the value in it for me, right?
Right.
So that was just over time. Again, back to the posture, you'll develop that. Okay? So just always bring it back to, just like I started in the room, what does that person want? And then you're their guide to get it. And if you're not experienced enough in the business yet, go to your upline, who definitely knows.
Right.
Say, hey, I need some support here. Right? She'll get it. Clear?
Great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. So, got that. Customer executive. Okay. Keep ADRs. So this is a big one and something that I've had a lot of fun with over the years. So how many of you are like have a fear of contacting your customers that are on ADR, because if you do, you're fearful that they might tell you that they want to stop their order? Just raise your hand so you can see. The reason we have you raise your hands, and I'll have you do it all night, is for those that are around you to see that you're not alone, right? So who in here has a problem, has a challenge or a fear of contacting your customers to see if their needs are being met? Okay, right? And if you don't have a fear, I guess you don't have a customer yet, probably, because that's a real fear. I had it too, and the only way to really work through that fear is to pick up the phone and call them. Okay, now again, managing expectations. And so what I was taught how to execute is just to pick up the phone and call and just say, hey, John, I'm calling to check in and just see, that if make sure your needs are being met, right? Are you getting the results from the product that you're looking for? Because as they bought me as their ability to get the results from the product that they have, I want to know if they're getting results. Why? So we can have that conversation of what's working, what can improve. Right? And that's just an actual conversation. I'd love for you to tell me what's working and tell me if there's any areas that I can personally improve. Right? As you being my customer. Who asked the question? The ADR question. Okay? So just calling, asking, and just contacting with them. Now how would you guys feel if you're the customer of a company and they contact you to make sure everything's going okay? What would you feel about that?
Great company.
Good customer service. Yeah.
They're willing to ask me.
Okay. Yeah. Regardless of what your response is, right? So what I found in this is that if there's something off with that customer, I'm able to make the adjustments because they know that I care. Okay. Now, if I never call my customers, I didn't really say they're going to stop using the product over time, right? I mean, that's what happened. When you call them and you ask what's working and what can improve, meaning the improvement, it also can lead you to ask the question, are there any other needs that they have, right, that you can help assist or meet? And it generally leads to an additional purchase of product. What I have had happen in many circumstances is people that I've called, they said, oh my gosh, I was just thinking about you. Have you guys had it, like where you pick up the phone and call somebody and they're calling you? Right? Same thing, like you're connected. You're on their mind and you're on their mind. You're on their mind and they're on your mind. Well, one of them was a woman named Samantha NGUOI. And she'd been my customer for 9 years. She came into business as a 20-year-old and got on LifePack, took it for 9 years. I called her to follow up as I had been doing. And she said, Charlie, I've been thinking about the business and I want to do the business. 3 months later, she was a lapis, right, on my front line. Just because I picked up the phone and called her, not in fear of losing, by playing not to lose, right? I was playing to win. You know the difference? Right? So picking up the phone and calling to check in with the customers And it will lead to more business, referrals, and people that will actually come into business. So just ask, what's working, what can improve?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on that?
No, I think that takes care of it.
Communication. All right. So let's go long distance sponsoring. Okay. So who in this room was exposed to new skin from someone over the telephone? So everybody here was exposed to the business in person.
Only me?
Right. Only you.
Well, she called me, I mean, it's a call.
She called you and invited anybody else be local. Somebody called you and invited you to go to an event or to look at something in the business. Yeah. Okay. Your first name again? Gordon. Gordon. So, long distance sponsoring or prospecting. I mean, it's really no different than personal prospecting. I mean, in-person prospecting, because it still requires some type of invitation, right? Invitation. Some people invite via text. Some people invite, with a personal call. I found that I like to invite personally, like with my voice, regardless if it's in person or it's over the phone.
And what do you invite to when you do that?
So
I think that's where I'm, I guess there's a certain amount of talking you can do on the phone, but then you really don't want to do a lot when you're inviting, so.
Don't want to do what?
I don't think, I mean, my understanding is you don't want to get you don't want to say too much in the context of an invitation. You tee up a presentation.
Correct.
So how do you handle those?
So there's two types of inviting, okay? One is a postured invite, okay? Another one is what we call ethor, okay? Which is an unpostured invite. In order to have a postured invite, you've got to be clear on where you're going and why. This is crucially important, okay, to actually have posture. Now, this, in my experience, will always be more effective, okay, in creating results now. If someone doesn't have posture that I'm working with, okay, and we've got to get in action, okay, to be able to help them build a business, then I will default to an ethor invite. Okay, so this has no posture. Okay, but you can teach people, you get people in action with this. Okay, so who knows what this is, what ethor is? Draw it like this. So when we're working with people, getting them started, they bought their packages, we've got their they've made their contact list of people they want to work with, and we're doing invites. There's a postured invite, okay, which again, this is like where you are, where you're going, and why, right? This is the only thing that is crucial that's communicated. An ethor invite is one that you would call, and I'll give you the ethor first, but is a call like, okay, Gordon, hey, I'm really excited, okay? I'm in training right now. I could use your help, and you know that I value your opinion, right? When can we get together for like 30 minutes to show you what's going on? At the very least, you may have some referrals for me. That's an ethor invite. It's all about the fact that you need help and you're getting training, okay? So we call it third-party invite. It's not direct, okay? But what that'll do is that'll get people in motion so that we can get them enough experience with us to help them increase their posture that they can trust us. Okay? This will generally, we use this when their belief is low, okay? They don't have posture, okay? So posture posture is what I started the business because I saw it very clearly on what was possible as meeting my needs immediately. Okay, to be able to maintain my lifestyle that I had been living for 10 years, and that my greatest fear was that I was losing that, right? And I'd have to get a job or something like, and that was death to me. And literally, my girlfriend at the time wanted me to get a job. And that was like the telltale sign after 6 years that this woman did not know me. I mean, it was really clear. And so, like this, the pain was so great, and I saw this as an absolute solution for me, that a posture invite for me was, Gordon, listen, I found the solution, okay, for me to get out of wakeboarding and maintain my same lifestyle. Okay, when can I get 30 minutes with you to show you what's going on? That's a postured invite. Okay. Now, in that presentation, what I believe is absolutely crucial, okay, and will dictate your results in presenting, is you communicating clearly where you're going with this company. Okay, so I told people, here's where I'm going, by when. Okay. Now, this is something that I have seen work for people that understand that their credibility is on the line. And that if they ever want anyone to believe them ever again, then they have to do what they said they're going to do. Okay? I haven't seen a lot of people truly put it on the line like that because of fear that it doesn't happen. Okay? I believe that that's one of the things that keeps most people back from actually achieving their goals and their dreams, is they don't declare it because they're scared that it won't happen, right? And the other side of the coin is so many people that say they're going to do something and they don't do it, right? So all of us in our lives are building, piles of evidence, right? We're building a pile that we do what we say we're going to do, and you have credibility. It's like a credit score. And you have other people that say something and don't do it, and their credit score is 0, right? So some people, like me, I came in this business having done what I said I would do, and so my results were quicker because I had that credibility and that reputation. Other people don't have, some in the room, you do everything you said you've done, and so your business is going to move faster because you have that credibility. Your credit score is like 1,000, right? Others of you have never done what you said you were going to do. This can be the first place that you do what you say you're going to do. Right, Gordon? You said you were going to go to law school. You did it. You said, I'm going to become a lawyer. You did it. So that means you have credibility with the group of people that you told what you were going to do, right? Same thing. My encouragement for everybody here is that if this is the first place that you actually do what you say you're going to do, you've got to tell people where you're going to invite them to go with you, right? I used this earlier today, that if we go and get in the car, and I go, Gordon, great, hey, where are we going? And you go, I don't know. I'm going to get out of the car, right? I'm not going to go with you anywhere if you don't know where you're going. I mean, that's the same way that I do business. So what that set me up in, and Tracy heard this in detail, but is that set me up for success, because when my credibility meant so much to me, and I knew this was the most valuable thing that I had, when it got tough, I was willing to do whatever it took to create the results. Because if I didn't, people would never believe anything I said ever again. And that was more painful than anything that I would ever have to go through to achieve it. So that's posture. Okay? That's a posture invite. Is that clear? Mm-hmm. Okay. So then Ethor, if someone doesn't have a posture, they don't know this, they don't know why, all right, and they won't use this, then I defer to an Ethor invite just to get them in motion, okay? And then if they won't do an Ethor, then I just resort to demos. If they won't do demo, we keep going until what they will do, ultimately. And again, back to managing expectations. If they won't use either of these, then and they have a goal of becoming an executive or Ruby or whatnot, we're just going to have to really make sure we're managing expectations. have the conversation. How many of you guys are athletes, sports? Okay, so this is the same thing as you want to play in the game on Friday night, and you don't show up during practice during the week. Coach is going to have a conversation with you that, hey, you didn't show up, you don't get to play in the game, right? So that's a responsibility of that we take on as a coach in this business. Any other questions about long distance?
I have a question after that.
Yeah.
So once you have that, how do you send them a video to present the business since they're long distance, or do you send them to somebody's local? Or how do you do it to where they're comfortable since you're not there?
Yeah, that's the